Happy Friday. I'm Brendan here with Trevor. I didn't know if you were going to chime in.
I didn't know what else to say. You kind of, yeah. Happy Friday.
Yeah. So Trevor's in for Heather again today, and we're going to say hi. We're going to find out what's going on in Trevor's mind if he wants to share, and the weekend forecast. How does that sound?
That sounds good. I like that plan. And I'm a man of plans. I try to plan things out. A lot of times to no avail because life has its own plans that we don't know of. But,
sure.
Nevertheless, we like to plan, don't we?
So we're going to have people commenting, and we'll get to those comments here. But it's also a very exciting day for Gib. You want to tell our friends why, Trevor?
Gib is unstoppable this week, that's why.
For the weather quiz.
Gib is a perfect 5 for 5 this week on the weather quiz, which, to what I've seen, yes, a round of applause is definitely in order for that. I did that live on air, by the way. I was like, a round of applause is definitely in order there. I don't think I've ever seen, has anybody ever gone a perfect 5 for 5 before, or is Gib the first one to do that?
I remember, did I do it, what, 1 week? Sarah, producer Sarah's done it. I've done it once, I think.
Oh,
our Facebook viewers were 5 for 5 last week, right, Gib?
So everybody's gone 5 for 5 before, okay. At some point. I haven't been paying attention long enough, clearly.
Gib, he's in our ear. He said, normally I'm in last place.
Not this time.
Not this week, Gib.
Gib killed it this week.
Yeah.
I said that I was gonna make. I said that I was gonna make the question today really hard to try to stump Gib and everybody, but I ended up that ended up not happening because I didn't have time to think of a really hard question because we had technical difficulties this morning that was impacting everybody and making our lives a lot more stressful. Yeah. And so I just thought of something, and there you go. That's what I came up with.
It's all good.
Which country is considered the lightning capital of the world? Us here in the United States. We have so much severe weather all the time. We have more tornadoes than any country in the world. The Dominican Republic, that's in Africa, and then Venezuela in South America. I will tell you off the bat that there's not any one of these countries that you could just eliminate as oh, it can't be that one, because if you don't know regional weather at all 3 of these countries are really big on lightning. Lightning happens a lot in all 3 of these countries, but there's one that happens way more than all the others, even more so. And so,
where did you say the Dominican Republic is?
It should be. That's in Africa, I'm pretty sure.
Isn't that in the Caribbean?
Dominican Republic. Oh, wait, you're right, it is. I'm thinking of Democratic Republic of the Congo is in Africa. You're right. Dominican Republic is in the Caribbean, yes.
Yep. Okay, I just want to make sure I was thinking of the right place. I still answered incorrectly, but yeah, I was just curious. So we're going to get to those answers here in just a little bit, but shall we get into the forecast, Trev?
Sure, absolutely. Forecast today looks very straightforward, just like it did yesterday. We'll start with radar. Lots of clear skies. There's still some passing clouds in the eastern upper right now. Well, you can see them on radar. They're thinning, and that's because the daytime heating instability is increasing, and so we're losing a lot of that relative moisture from the low to upper levels in the atmosphere, and so the cloud cover is kind of just disappearing because you need moisture in the upper air to have clouds. That's how clouds work. They're just water vapor expanded, essentially, whenever they reach a point of saturation. Well, if you heat up the ground, but then also don't heat up humidity, then a lot of times it means that you don't have clouds. So we don't have a lot of clouds around today, and we don't have rain either. So this is the second day in a row that I've been mentioning. I think I've been repeating myself over and over again on air. It's a nice day, lots of sunshine, and no rain today. We do have rain chances tomorrow, which I'll get to. So as you progress throughout the day today, you could see some passing clouds. I think just like a very similar setup to yesterday, even though it doesn't really portray well on Stormcast, a lake breeze effect can pop up cumulus clouds throughout the day. And we saw that. I saw it literally as I was leaving the station yesterday at 10:30 in the morning. I was like, oh wow, look at all there's the puffy cumulus clouds coming in off of the bay and off of Lake Michigan right overhead of us on the hill here in Leelanau County. It was pretty much exactly what I expected. I suspect the same thing today, but we're still going to stick with the story of mostly sunny skies throughout the day today. Now, tomorrow, however, we have a weak cold front that's going to come in from Canada, and it's going to come from most cold fronts that impact us move from, relatively speaking, west to east. This one's actually going to move a lot more north to south, or more specifically north-northwest to south-southeast, in a manner of speaking. And when it does, it's going to kick off some light showers. It's a very weak cold front, so it's not taking advantage of a whole lot of lift and not really taking a whole lot of energy out of our atmosphere to make these showers. But nonetheless, when this cold front comes through later tomorrow, along the cold front, as you would expect, some showers are possible. Isolated showers, first in the eastern upper in the afternoon tomorrow. And then that cold front will progress south. And you can see the line there. Some weakening showers as the line progresses throughout the state. So very late tomorrow night, you could see some isolated showers along the straits, along the tip of the Mitt, as that weak cold front passes through, and then overnight into Sunday. And that's the extent of how long this stormcast goes to. But beyond that, the same story for Sunday as the cold front continues to pass. Some isolated pop-up showers. I'm not going to rule out the possibility of a thunderstorm, but if I'm being honest, I think it's highly unlikely. Maybe I shouldn't say highly, but I don't think it's likely that we'll see a whole lot of thunderstorms. Most of these are just going to be some pop-up showers on both Saturday and Sunday. If you're in the northern lower, you have a higher chance later Saturday night and throughout the day on Sunday. If you're in the eastern upper, you're only going to see showers on Saturday. I do not think you will see anything on Sunday at all. So I think the best chance for rain, geographically speaking, is probably along the tip of the Mitt and Grand Traverse region. Is probably the highest chances for rain, because you'll have chances for rain both Saturday night and Sunday morning and afternoon. And that's pretty much it. That's the immediate forecast. And then beyond that, we always have the extended. Same story as what I showed yesterday. We're going to stay dry for the most part. Isolated PM showers are possible to start the week. Maybe a few showers on that here and there, or maybe a few thunderstorms here and there as well to start the week. And then we're looking very closely at Wednesday, which from my perspective, has actually increased. I had said yesterday, I was like, oh, it seems pretty likely that we'll get some rain on Wednesday, but it's still 7 days out, so we'll keep an eye on it. Well, the chance has definitely increased, at least in my mind. So we're looking at Wednesday as our next day for some widespread rain, if you want to call it that. I say widespread, but it's scattered showers, which means the typical setup for northern Michigan. Not everybody's going to get rain, but some people could get a lot more than others. We'll keep an eye on that. And that's pretty much it for weather. Very, very easy forecast to follow. Dry, not much rain, and also average temperatures. And also not humid. Thank you. Thank you, not humid. That's the best part. That's the best part. I like that even more than the lots of sunshine. I will take cloudy and not humid over sunny and extremely humid any day of the week.
Oh, 100%.
Any day. I hate humidity. I can't stand it.
Not a fan. Well, we have some comments, Trevor. We'll get to those, and I feel like they're out of order, so just bear with me. I didn't do anything weird to the phone. I don't know what's going on. We do have Joel here at the top of the list. He said, good morning from the Pleasanton Patriots Pub. It's 54 degrees. It's sunny. Caliva days this weekend, and apparently they always have great fireworks. Thanks for letting us know, Joel.
Oh.
And Mark saying good morning from Mayo. It's 56, but he woke up to 48, so things are warming up a bit. It's 69 and sunny where Miss Susie Q is there in Frederick. She's going to the beach later. And your dad is up right now here. I was just reading through.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
Is it not my mom commenting on my dad's account?
Well, I'll just read it. I probably shouldn't assume, but it's saying good morning from both Mark and Kelly and saying, yes, Dad is up. They're still in Clovis, New Mexico, right, Trev?
Yes.
It's 66. Oh, what's that?
It should be. I don't know how close it is exactly, but Clovis is pretty close to the Texas border. Okay. Anyway, you said it's 66. That is significantly cooler than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
And your parents saying happy Friday to all of you and have a fabulous day. Thank you. Dave's watching from Breckenridge. It's clear, it's sunny, it's 60 degrees. A beautiful Michigan day, as he puts it. Jackie is saying it's 52 in Kalkaska. It's sunny, and I don't know if she asked this before your forecast, but she wants to know how hot is it going to be today?
For where?
She's in Kalkaska.
Kalkaska?
Yep.
We can look at the 4-zone forecast. I think Kalkaska is supposed to reach at the most a lower 80s today, but I suspect probably high 70s. It'll be very sunny, but it's not going to be overly warm, which is really nice. But generally speaking, high 70s and low 80s today. As the great, low 80s. They're at 80 in Kalkaska. As our old co-worker, Mark Watkins would always say, give or take. He says 5 degrees. I personally think it's more accurate to say give or take plus or minus 3 degrees. So I think probably no hotter than 83 and no cooler than 76 or 77 in Kalkaska today as a high, as the highest temperature. It's going to take a while to reach that point. You're going to go several hours at noon. It'll probably only be like in the 60s still, I would imagine. Maybe low 70s.
Paul is watching from Boyne Falls. It's 64 and sunny. She's saying happy Friday. We have Joel guessing Venezuela. Nancy is saying it's 58 there in East Jordan. Paula and Mark both guessing Venezuela as well. Christopher is guessing United States, and he said it's 60, by the way, where he is. And Joel wants us to know that he's been 5 for 5 a few times. I'll take your word on that, Joel. I haven't been keeping track. Susie Q's guessing Dominican Republic. Jackie guessing Venezuela. Jennifer is with us. This is Sarah's mom, Trevor. She's saying, good morning, guys. Yeah, it's the weekend. Enjoy and be safe.
Good morning, and thank you.
It's great to see you the other day, Jennifer. Nancy is guessing Venezuela, and Susie Q wanted to know the answer for yesterday's quiz.
Yesterday's quiz, it was hurricanes. Yesterday's quiz was what was the most common weather phenomena what is the most common warm core weather phenomena that we see in the United States? And the answer is hurricanes. And it's pretty much the only warm core system that we see here. Everything else is cold core driven, pretty much.
And there we go, Jackie answering that question for Susie Q. Thanks, Jackie. Alice, our friend and weather watcher there in Alpena, saying it's 70 and saying, hi, Trevor and Brendan, you do a good job.
Hello, and thank you. I
Thanks,
appreciate
Alice.
that. I try every day to get better.
Susie Q loves it in the 80s.
I do too.
Mark is saying, your dad, Mark, is saying Clovis is 10 miles from the Texas border and just inside the Mountain Standard Time Zone.
I could walk that.
That's true, yeah. Alice is guessing, what's the C option? Was that Venezuela?
C is Venezuela.
Okay. And Joel answering, thank you. And Andrea's with us saying, good morning, it's 65 in Battle Creek in the Cereal City today. Thanks, Andrea. I don't know if Andrea's joined us in the past. The name in the picture doesn't ring a bell. So if you have joined us in the past, I apologize. But if you're brand new, welcome. Either way, happy Friday to you. And Gib, have you been keeping track of the comments? Because I feel like they were kind of out of order. Christopher's apparently top of, Gib's list there. Yep, I did see that temperature. Yep. Thank you, Gib. So we're all caught up then, Gib? All right, Trev, all you.
I heard a lot of people say Venezuela. That is the correct answer. It's Venezuela. They are the lightning capital of the world. Venezuela as a whole just gets a lot of lightning, but there is one place in particular, and I'm blanking on the name, but there's a lake in Venezuela that gets lightning almost constantly, 24/7 all the time.
Wow.
And the country as a whole, as big as it is, averages 233 strikes per square kilometer every year. I just realized on the bottom text there I said per kilometer. It's per square kilometer, to be more specific. And that's a lot because Venezuela as a whole, the country is very large. So they get a lot of lightning, even more so than we do. But we get more mass widespread thunderstorms, cold fronts, and tornadoes than they do.
Gotcha.
That's the big difference.
Ooh, look at those
And there it
standings.
is.
There
Gib,
it is.
5 for 5, leading the way this week. In second place, our Facebook viewer, Susan, was the one who answered today. She got it right. Venezuela. And then producer Sarah and Brendan both tied at 2 for 5 this week.
Yeah. Better luck next week, right?
Right. and I'll be here to give you the first 2 questions next week. Spoiler alert, I don't think it really, maybe it's not, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I don't want to leak the schedule too much in advance, but let's just say I will be filling in for Heather both Monday and Tuesday next week as well.
Yes,
So you get to see more of me.
More Trevor.
More Trevor. More Trevor shenanigans.
We have a couple more comments, Trev. We have Chris watching from Chicago. We have your Aunt Dana watching, saying good morning and great job.
Hi, Dana. Good morning and thank you.
We got Mark watching from Fremont, Indiana. And Andrea wants us to know that she is new here. Okay, good. It wasn't just my imagination.
Welcome.
And she was raised up north in Gaylord Creek. So thanks for tuning in. We do this every day, every weekday at 8:35 a.m. And then we have another Facebook Live, like 6:20-ish. A little more informal.
Very early.
Yep. So we have 2 of these a day, at least on the morning shift. And I guess the next Facebook Live would be unscripted at 6:30 p.m.
Yes, that's correct.
And who else do we have here? Mark saying the reason, not your dad, Mark, but Mark Nagel. The reason I knew it, the reason he knew the weather quiz is because apparently Mark Watkins had the same quiz question.
Yeah, I had a feeling we had done this one before. I'm pretty sure I myself have also done this one before, but again, a hectic morning, it was all I could think of on the spot.
Yeah.
I literally had, like, not an exaggeration, like a minute to make this quiz, so.
It's understandable. And I guess I didn't hear it or forgot it or what the deal was, but Jackie's saying, way to go, Gib. Do you have any messages for Jackie, Gib? He says, thank you. And David is talking sports and weather. He's saying, good morning. It's David from Baltimore. Baseball is starting again after being off for the All-Star break. We face the Rangers in Texas tonight. And after 4 straight days of temperatures at 100 degrees or more, it cooled off to the 80s yesterday. The low 90s, he says, will seem cool.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it. Oh, hundreds. 4 straight days of that.
Ugh. Yeah, those were widespread, I saw.
I'm so glad I don't live anywhere in the country where that could happen anymore. At least not on a regular basis. If we got 4 straight 100s here, like the world would probably be boiling over.
Oof. That's rough. Rough on the body for those who have to work outside. Yeah, that's a tough time.
Massive respect for those people.
Yeah.
I don't follow baseball much, but the last time I had checked, the Rangers were actually kind of, despite winning the World Series last year, they were actually kind of struggling a little bit this year. I don't know exactly how they are now, but they were minus 500 like halfway through the season, which wasn't even that long. Like halfway through the season wasn't that long ago. So, yeah, we'll see how that game goes, I guess.
And then Joel saying, have a great weekend.
You as well. Have a great weekend. It'll be nice. Might dodge a shower or 2, but otherwise you'll be fine.
He did, oh, I forgot. I read over, he said something about, oh, perfect motorcycle temperature. That's what he said.
It's a perfect anything temperature. Well, not a perfect skiing temperature, but.
Yeah, your dad's commenting, or maybe your mom under your dad's account, saying, or asking, have the technical difficulties been from the Microsoft outages that have been affecting a great share of the states and maybe even the world?
That was a part of it, yes. And I'm not sure exactly how, but WSI is our weather graphics system that we have here at the Weather Center, was also somehow affected by that. I guess they're tied in with Microsoft somehow. It was so strange. I got into work at 2:30 in the morning today, and all the computers were blue screened, and the Weather Max computer was completely frozen. And I was like, what in the world is happening? And so we had to long story short, we had to reboot the Max computers and their data stream computers. There's 5 computers back there. We had to reboot all of them.
Okay.
It took like 30 minutes to do that. And then on top of that, we had to wait, or I had to wait for all the new model data to load into Max, because model data only loads into Max whatever Max is actually running. And so whenever you restart it, it wipes all the data, and then you have to wait for new data to come in. So I couldn't even get model data until like 4:30 in the morning, which is when we normally would have started our show. And so we did not have a 4:30, and it was hectic as all get out.
Yeah, certainly that outage, that technical issue affecting us here at the station, affecting airlines, affecting public transit, yeah, other broadcast stations. What did you say, Gib? Banks too, Gib is...
Yeah, it's been affecting like online streaming services and multiplayer connection services as well for people who game. My friends were, I wasn't because I was too tired, but my friends were complaining to me last night. They were like, I can't even get on Xbox because Microsoft is broken. And I was just like, try picking another hobby. That's why I was just reading a book. I was reading my books that I'm very into right now.
That's your backup plan? If it's
my
not video
backup
games,
plan, I have multiple backup plans
Yeah.
now. That's the great thing about having multiple hobbies now,
Yep.
is that I have multiple backup plans. I could read a book. I can go outside and run in my new awesome running shoes that my parents so graciously bought for me after I had
Nice.
back issues from running. That was fun. I ended up going to the hospital for that.
Yeah, not
I
nice,
play
no.
guitars. I have 4 guitars now, and I enjoy playing those. I also have Sudoku books. I have puzzle books. I have word, like mind game apps on my phone. I've got any number of like random things to keep me busy. And so if something doesn't work, like Xbox, I can just do anything else.
You got
And
plenty of backups, huh?
Plenty of backups.
Yeah.
Plenty.
Thanks, Mom, for commenting again, because your comment got hidden again because of, well, just blame it on technology, right? My mom said, good morning, happy Friday, Brendan, Trevor, and Gib. It's a beautiful day in Port Huron, and have a great weekend, everybody, she says. I hope you do the same, Mom, and which gets me thinking, it's Christmas in July for the Salvation Army, and so that's happening today and tomorrow, at least in the Traverse City area. If you happen to be in the TC area, there are going to be red kettles set up at 8-ish, I think, locations around TC. So I'm going to be ringing a bell tomorrow at Tom's West Bay in the early afternoon. So stop by if you can. You can always donate virtually online. Trevor, as you know, there's just a lot of need in general all over the place. Northern Michigan is no exception. So for
Absolutely.
food, rent assistance, I think child care program, just everything is that the Salvation Army does, they need money to keep those things going. So if you have those donations available to share, if you're able to do that, you can see those around town and then also online too. What were you saying, Gib? Gib is asking, oh, for electric bills and things and heat assistance. Yeah, I think, yeah, rent assistance and everything that goes along with that. Yeah, I think heat and, you know, during the winter and those kinds of things. Yeah, it's all that would be covered. So anyway, that is going on today and tomorrow. I want to mention that real quick. And the longer we talk, Trevor, the more comments we get. Mark is, I think, chatting with a friend, Steve Miller. Maybe Steve's watching, and maybe it's hidden. I'm sorry. He said the weather here is great. Central Tennessee, a little bit warmer. Yeah, I imagine. And then Paula said, Trevor, you're a man of many talents, hockey and guitars.
Yep. Hockey is one thing that I want to add on the list of the hobbies there. I'm going to be starting my introduction to reffing process very soon.
Good.
So if you're here locally, you might see me as a hockey ref. You can come in and yell at me for making bad calls, and for making bad like whenever I do bad on the weather, you can be like, you suck at hockey. You can't make good calls on the ice or on live television for weather. I'm just kidding. Come say hi if you are at a hockey rink. I might be reffing pretty soon. That'll give me an excuse to, for one, get back into skating because I missed that. I've missed that greatly. And also just as another way to stay in shape. So get me out there, give me more things to do. So,
Yeah.
and also just like with me having new skates very soon, because I am about to go buy new hockey skates. Very soon, I plan to, I've worked it into my budget that I plan to buy new skates within the next couple of weeks. And planning on joining like what we call beer league teams, which is essentially just like an adult league rec team where I could just join and just kind of play. So I could ref and I could play nighttime hockey and add that to my list of hobbies, things that I can do to pass time. And I look forward to that because hockey is my life outside of my life, essentially. Going through high school, I was always doing like one of 3 or 4 things, basically. I was either at school, of course, playing video games, because I did that a lot in my early grade school, like in middle school through high school, I did that a lot, or I was playing hockey. It's like one of those 3 things. And then I added weather to that. So now I'm here doing weather, and that's basically my life. But hockey is my life outside of life. So
You'll be reffing soon. That's a great idea, Trev.
yes, I'm very excited about that. Also, is our coworker Drew in today?
He's here. Yep.
He is.
Yep.
Is he in the station, or is he in the stream right now?
Oh, he should be at his desk.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have to go tell him. I thought up an answer for the question he asked yesterday. I realized that he asked me what my favorite movie was, and we discussed it, but I never actually gave him an answer. And we said we'd come back to it, but we never did because we ran so long yesterday.
So what is the answer?
It's The Dark Knight. I thought about it long and hard. It's The Dark Knight with Heath Ledger.
That's your favorite movie, huh?
It is. Yeah. Lord of the Rings: Two Towers was an extremely close second. It took me so long to decide, but yeah, I think I got to go with The Dark Knight. A long time ago, it was I think I said this yesterday, but a long time ago, it was Terminator 2. Terminator 2 was phenomenal. I still love that movie, but there are better movies, justifiably so.
Well, in case Web Trevor is not watching, I'll tell him that Weather Trevor said it's The Dark Knight. I'll let him know. And yeah, we're going to end with my mom's comment. She's saying Salvation Army is a wonderful organization. And Monday, thank you, Gib, for bringing it up. Madison Stoddard is back. She's been on vacation, but she's back with live reports. She'll be in Traverse City. There's I want to get the terminology right, a concert going on, and also I believe it's like a musical. Yeah, I'm going to get out of the comments here because I want to get this right. Ooh, bagels are here.
Bagels are here.
Okay.
I saw that email. I'm gonna go snag one of those before I go home and collapse.
I just opened up email and here, let me just look up Madison real quick. I'm in my email, by the way. Let's see if that's working. Madison. Okay, so there's something. Oh, I have to go through a bunch of emails. It's here. Okay, I have to hit the read more button. Yes, I want to read more. What is, I'm sorry, guys. It was in here. Don't we love the dead air? Did I click on a link or something like that? You can come back out, Gib. That's okay. Down again, showcase. Let me click on this link. Maybe there's more there. There we go. Okay, so it's at the GTA Children's Garden in Traverse City. It says this is a one-of-a-kind free sensory-friendly awareness event for families of children with neurological and physical diversities. The Accidentals, which is a band, will put on an acoustic program, and the TC Phil, I'm guessing Philharmonic, yes, will host a musical petting zoo. And so each child who wants one will receive free noise-canceling headphones to take home. As you can probably gather, that's why I wanted to look it up, because there's a lot to it. Anyway, we're going to have a live preview coming up during our 6 o'clock hour on Monday. That's what's going on, Trevor.
I look forward to that.
Thank you for your patience.
It'd be nice to have Madison Stoddard back.
Yes, yes. So thank you for that, and we'll let you go here on this Friday. We hope you have a nice weekend. Gib, any last words? Okay, he said nope. We'll see you Monday. Bye.